Welcome to another episode of Look What Jess Found. I've been doing, today's day 3 of me doing the penny coin roll hunt search. And it's been pretty interesting, I have to say. My expectations were very, very low after doing the wheat penny hoard and that 1919S roll and the Mercury dime unsearched roll. I mean, I had some really, really nice stuff on the shelf. And then when I went to the bank to pick up these coins, the pennies, my expectations were pretty low. And lo and behold, one of two of the rolls were like really, really old, and like some really great stuff came out of it. And that, gave me some hope, So I said, all right, because I want to do something that's interesting, to me. Because if it's not interesting to me, then it's going to translate through my videos, and then that's it. I guess that's why people stop making content. I've watched quite a few other content creators that they made some pretty good videos, and then when I search for like when that video was made, it was like years ago. And then when I search, their newest video, they stop making content, and I'm sure there's a million reasons for that. But mine would be if I got bored. That would be um, my reason. I could tell you that right now. So in yesterday's video, I identified these two. The two old rolls are gone. There were only two of those old rolls. One of them had all wheat pennies in it, and the other one had all copper Lincolns. So, and then there were the two other rolls. I grabbed these two. These were my favorite of the other two rolls that are in the bag. When I say rolls, I mean, the types of paper rolls that they're in. So, I was able to get through two rolls yesterday. So I figure I can get through two today. And obviously we're looking for, let me zoom in a bit. Let me get out. I try to have everything nice and organized and prepared before I do the video, but the most important thing is that I have the microphone on, because, well, it sounds really, really different, which sounds like common sense. None of this stuff is common sense and I could tell you that because I was the watcher of videos prior to the past couple months, and it's only until you start making videos on a regular basis, one video a week, one video a month, even one a day. I got to be honest with you, unless it's a very, very a big production type of a video. Like some people make one video. I mean, like these big YouTubers, they make one video a week, but they're like movies almost, But I mean, for the average person, like me, who is basically doing it for fun or to see if anything sticks, whatever, see what happens. I had no idea, and I bought my first. I never used a microphone. I didn't know if it was complicated. I didn't know if you need to have programs, apps. They just plug and play, and they sell this one on everywhere. It's like $15, and let me tell you, the quality difference, and it comes with two. It comes with two of them. So, and you after I do my videos in the morning, right? Because it's the morning, right? Today's the January 24th, 2024. And I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee, I do a couple videos, and I have to make sure that this microphone is plugged in. Yesterday, and then if I try to load videos in between making videos, right, just so I don't have like a bunch of videos to load at the end, you have to take you have to unplug the microphone because I have to plug the phone into the computer. So yesterday I forgot to plug the microphone back in when I went to do a video, and I realized it like a couple minutes into it, and I just threw the video into the trash because I knew it was going to be crap, you know? So those are some of the challenges with making. It's not major, right? It's not like, getting up and doing a hard labor job or anything, but there's certain um, mental gymnastics you have to be good at, and or it'll be much more difficult. So here we are. That's my intro for this morning. Hope you're having a good day. Good morning. I am. And we start off with a penny with what's that called? Misaligned die. So it's a beautiful penny. Um, Someone left a comment in one of my videos. I mean, I get tons of comments now, right? The more videos you have, the more comments you're going to get. So that's just goes without saying. But and maybe I'll do a separate video on it. But what did they say? They thought they were basically critiquing the the coin that I was showing, which is all I do, and they said the high points on the penny were smooth, and therefore it wasn't. I guess remember there's fine, very fine, and actually there's like 3 levels to fine, and to say to actually know which one it is. Well, I mean, maybe between fine and very fine. So this is. I mean, it's a nice one. So I'm going to put this aside because it's number one. It's misaligned and it's nice and bright. And to me, this would, along that vein of thought, to me, this is it's at least it's probably very. I'm going to say this is very fine. The features are sharp. Now it's um now the question would be, is it extra fine? That would be, to me, is the discussion between different grades. Obviously, the grader, if you send it in to get graded, that person has the final say, and those are experts. I'm not an expert, but I've seen enough to be savvy, and I guess if you can tell from a picture or something is, which you should, right? This is pretty clear. If something is fine versus very fine, if you could tell that, right? Because you could tell the high points are too smooth to be extra fine or very fine. If you could tell that by looking at it, then you should also be able to tell that before you buy it, right? So if you know that much about, what's that? Is that it's a hair. You know that much about coins, then you should have no issues ever in your life because you know everything, right? When you look at it, you know the difference between fine and very fine. You could tell that very distinct minutia of a difference just by looking at a picture. So that's it. You should never have a complaint about anything you ever buy because you could tell just from a picture, from looking at it. That's awesome. God bless you. All right, misaligned die. We'll put that to the side. I guess I could almost do it like this. I don't even have to hold it up. The problem with that, if not holding it up, is, you see, it looks so much clearer this way when I turn it towards the light. You can see that different angle. And this is probably a fine condition penny. Okay, so this is going to take a while if I stay at this, and I'm zoomed in a little too far. All right, so we're basically looking for, this is misaligned. We're basically looking for errors and and anything else that might be on a random mat. You know, you're gonna find a and I'm separating I separate the coppers from the clad. So that's how I spend my day. Just going through stuff. So a lot of these are coppers, 75D. A lot of these are coppers. Which is kind of cool. And if you watch my video from yesterday, you'll see that I had the I found two 69 Ds with floating roofs. And it's so funny because they're pretty apparent because they look weird, you know. Like you could just tell there's a really strong line on the top of the Lincoln Memorial. And when you look at it, you can just see it's not there, you know. That's it. Look at the rim. Now, I guess my question for this one would be, and it's on both sides in the same part. Now, would this be a misaligned die, or would this be a strike error? I know it's not a strike through error, but it's misstruck, right? The plant chip was in the wrong place when it was struck, right? And that's why it has that. Let me put a different penny next to it, and you can see the differences, right? So that's the way the rim is. The one on top is the way the rim is supposed to look, and that's how the rim below it looks. Wow, look how pronounced the FG is in the penny on the top, and then the bottom one must be so light, and with the discoloration, you can't even see it. That's pretty wild. Okay, so if you know the difference between those, you could leave it in the comment. Oh yeah, that's a misaligned die. Oh no, that's a strike error. Let me look at that very quickly. 81. So so I do watch. I'm gonna weigh that 81. I'm gonna weigh it. .311. So I do watch. I know I don't watch as much as I used to. That's my birth year. But I do watch some 315. I do watch some other people's channels. You know, I do shout out. There's 1976D. Let me check out that 7. I know it has a little. I hate when you see something and then there's like a scratch next to it. It's like, okay, did the scratch cause what I'm looking at? 76D, nothing burger, and except for the guy who there's a. I know it's a guy because he has a picture of himself on it. Another misaligned die. I'm calling these misaligned dies. That one is a misaligned die. Skinny at the top, big in the bottom. And his channel is called Coin Collecting Fun. So he has a nice. It's an 80, so that's copper. He has a nice channel, and he interacts probably the most of all. He's the most active person on my channel. There are some other people who are also pretty active, and thank you, appreciate it. Shields I'll put someplace else. So I watch his videos, and his are pretty short, so it doesn't take up that much time. Mine are longer for the most part. Mine are pretty long, and but I do things a little bit differently than other channels, which I guess is pretty cool, right? That you have so many choices of what type of what interests you. Because I can't do videos like other people do them. I mean, I guess I could, but it would be counter to my personality. Imagine that we have personalities, and we should do things that match our personalities, right? But other people want us to do what they want us to do, right? Well, unfortunately, that doesn't work out too well. That makes for an unhappy person. 97. What a beauty. Ah. Pretty sure it's a night misaligned die. Yeah, it don't matter. It's put it over here, right? Most of these have been coppers, which is I find that to be pretty crazy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so to me that's fine. At least it's fine condition. Maybe it's not extra, very fine or extra fine. So the way most people do their videos, wouldn't work for me. That's all. First of all, if I just throw out all the coins the way I showed it at the beginning, interesting. Then there's no way you can see errors. Right? Let me zoom out for a second. All right, I'll zoom out even a little further. Okay. So some people just throw them out and they go, I'll be back. And as far as, and that's okay. That's their process. That works for them for whatever reason. But would like to, I want to look at the pennies. That's a beauty. I want to understand. Maybe that's a better word for my my modus what was it? Apparatus operandum, modus operandum. I think that's how you say it, modus operandum. That's my modus operandum. I want to understand what I'm looking at. I think I mentioned this. Well, I got like 350 videos now, so let me tell you, if anybody, that's a super filled in D right there. I mean, just raise it. It looks like just super popped up. We'll check it out in a second. Nice toning. Let me look at that under loop first, see if it's anything. Um, nah, it's actually hit and makes it look brighter. But I mean, I am a social worker. Technically, I am a social worker. Nothing. Because once you go to school, that's the one thing nice about getting an education. Not that it's super important. It's not. Um, it's not because it's just not. I know for some people it is, and that's okay. That's great. But for me, I don't see it as that important. Now, it can be a priority for you, um, and that's fine, right? It was a priority for me. I went to college for 9 years. All right, we're on the second roll now, and I'm thankful for it. So, obviously, it was important for me. Oh, what a beautiful 59! What a beautiful 59 this is. That is that's a nice one. All right, I'll put the anything really really nice. We have a couple really nice coppers here. All right, I'll put it over here with these, but that one's really nice. It's shiny. It's not probably not extra fine, but it's definitely fine. And it's 59, so I guess that was nice. Um, yes, I was making a point somewhere. No rim on the left of this penny. Well, can you see a little bit of a rim? Let me see. It's hard to see in the camera. Uh, the rim, it's not 100% rimless, so I would call that a very, a minor error. But it is, I guess it's just off, misaligned. You can't say miss. You can't say miscentered. That's something different. Okay, so I was making a point of. I'm like, why am I talking about the fact that I was a social worker? So social work, I guess, well, the type of social work I did a lot of assessments. So when you're doing an assessment, you have to be able to, like psychological assessments, you have to be able to figure things out. And it's a nice one. No, and you have to be able to ask difficult questions. And I'm going to weigh this one and really get to the bottom of the problem. You know, you have a fixed amount of time, and the expectation is that you get to 3, 8, 3, 17, 16, 15. It went down. It's funny. I think I'm going to have to get a new scale. And you know what? Move those away. The 70 and it's the 59. And I think that's what that translates a lot into S and O on the top. Into my video making is that, you know, I want to understand what I'm looking at. I want to find the problem. I want to find the error. So just, what year is this? 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. So just, you know, so just throwing out the pennies, and, you know, that kind of wouldn't. See that texture on this penny? That's very similar to the one on the, that I found yesterday, the rainbow penny that I found. That was super cool video. You should check that out. But that and it was an 85, and this is an 84. I don't know what that texture is called. It looks like I don't know. It looks like there's oil over the top or water. You know, it has a texture to it. Let me see if I can get a little closer. I mean, I know it's not worth anything, but I'm just saying. In the rainbow coin I found tone coin I found yesterday, that was super super. Um, oh, it made it look that much more beautiful. 69. That's a dark one, huh? And if that weighs anything different. So that's just part of my personality. I like to see what's wrong with things. Nice. Oh, 82. All right, let's see. 308. So it's a 309. It's a copper. It's funny. I got some comments yesterday about So this is a P. This is a Philadelphia, and the details are great. I'm gonna say it's better than fine. I'm gonna say it's at least very fine. See very little surface wear. Oh, the two. Oh my God, the two. Is it a small date or a large date? Oh no. Someone left me the comment. If it has the bump, then it's a large date. The bump. All right, let me zoom in a bit. So one person said the bump. And GC says if it's far away versus close. I don't know. I can't tell, man. I mean, the only one, my understanding, the only one that's worth money is the D zinc. You know, that's worth whatever. So, I mean, maybe this is worth a couple bucks or whatever, but you know. All right, so that's a special one. Where's the and it's copper. Okay. Zoom out a bit again. We found an 82. That was cool. $75. Got a weak STA, right? Let me look at it, make sure it's just not clean. I don't know. Yeah, it's weak. I mean, the other ones are really raised next to it. And not a big deal. Nothing burger. 2000. 2000. It's a nice 74. 1960. So that's the only thing, like I said, different between doing the coin rolls from the. I mean, let's look at that a little closer. The coin rolls versus from the bank versus, you know, something that you have a better idea of, um, you know, like unsearched wheat cents, for example. I'm saying, right? So that those wheat search cents that I was searching through they were tremendous. Oh wow, that's nice. The rim feels raised like if it was uh, repunched. You know, it feels deep. I'll put that with them. And so it was like there was just so it was much more interesting than this is, that's for sure. But this isn't that bad. So what I did do though, I picked up I did order '86 a. All right, that's nice. Some what they claim to be unsearched wheat. Were they wheat cents from eBay? Now I don't know. You know, that's to me it's pretty risky. 76D, but it's not. They're not super expensive. You know, I mean, you're not going to break the bank on it. But I guess if you're doing enough of these videos, it could get a little costly. Or you could really feel how light these are. 85D. I'm gonna wait. So it's supposed to be 2.5 something. Yeah, 254. Right on the nose, man. Right on the nose. So I did order some. I spoke about it a little bit in one of the videos yesterday. So since we got some more pennies here to look at, That's a weird ear. You see this ear in that one? Just grab another penny just to compare ears. Never noticed that. Some of these are, he has some really, really weird ear in some of these. Ah, we found the wheat. We got one wheat. We found the wheat. And that's the difference between now you're hunting for wheat. It's a big deal. But when if you order a bunch of wheats, then you have all wheats, you know? Obviously, it goes without saying. Maybe it's a bigger deal though, right? Like, oh, we got a wheat. That's pretty cool. Got one wheat. Very nice. So so the bags came. Picked up my mail from the post office yesterday, and the pennies that I ordered were there. 64D, right? That's a beat up penny, huh? Funny thing is, it's just one side, right? Hmm. The other side looks fine. So, if it was run over by a car in a parking lot, so it would have to be like this while it's being run over, and it's obviously just one side. The question is, are these a smash error? Interesting though. It's not even worth. So I couldn't help myself. I had to open up the bag of pennies just to, I don't know, satisfy my curiosity. And I guess some of these guys are really professional. These people are really, really professional. They know what they're doing. Is it searched? I don't know. I can't see how. I mean, unless somebody has, I just can't. It's hard for me to believe that it's not looked through at all. 97p double ear. So this is a 97p. I'm assuming a double ear, like you can really, really see two ears. All right, so I do not see a second ear in this 97p. 81, right? So this is copper. Let's weigh it. So in the bag, which I will do I have to do like an intro video on it or something. Because as soon as I open the person put like little gifts with 1970D. We need the S. Like little envelopes with. You gotta check out the video. I'm gonna do a video on it. I mean, I didn't pay. I think I paid $100 for it, or whatever amount of pounds of unquote. I'm doing air quotes right now. Unsearched. That's a misaligned die. Nice condition. And oh, and there were a bunch of zinc 40. I think it's the zinc 43, the one that's not worth anything, right? You see how the 84 has that weird texture going on. I would love to know what that is. I'm just gonna check out that roof. Probably just damage. Yeah, it's damage. Is it strike? Is it a strike through? That I don't know, and probably will never know. So there's a Indian head penny, and I mean, just by looking at, I mean, you could Indian head pennies just jump out at you. So it's not like I didn't go searching through it. 1980, but it had an Indian head cent in it. It had a bunch of the zincs, a bunch. There was like 3 or 4 or 5 of the zinc 1943s, the silver ones, the ones that ain't worth anything. I'm positive of it. And those little envelopes that said gift, they had like these minor filled in D, like that's what he wrote on the envelope, filled in D. I was like, oh man, so is it like a scam bag? You know what I mean? Or you give them just enough to so they don't complain. 63 P. I'm gonna look at the letters up there. That R looks weird. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna see if I'm gonna rub some of the dirt off of that because there's the I don't know if it's a misaligned die or not, but the R is short from what I've seen. We're gonna look at it now. We only have a few more pennies, and figures that one of them would be something I notice at the end. The R and the T are short. Let's put another penny underneath it or on top of it, and let's see if I'm correct. I could be wrong. No, no, the R and T are short, and there's no. I look at it. We'll look at it closer in a second. And there's some dirt under it, and that's what I was trying to take off a little bit just to see if there was the rest of the letter was under it, and just to wipe it off. So that's and it's see, this is what I hate when I find like an error like this, and then there's like dirt or a scratch next to it, and it's like, oh, did that cause the error? So I mean, I don't know what dirt has to do with there not being a bottom part to the T or the R. Nothing, I guess. No, it's pretty clean, especially in the R. Let me see if I can take off just a little more dirt without, you know. I know there's a way of doing what's it called, like conservation or something like that, where you could clean it without, not clean it, but wipe it or something. Which obviously I don't know what I'm doing, but I did it anyway. It's just like gook, but let's look at it closer. So it's a short T and a short R. I put the other penny over it so you can look at it. Sorry. What year is this one? That's an 81. See if I have an older one. What year is this? 63? I thought I had a 60 something here. Well, I'm sure I have a 60 something here. The only question is, where is that? I know I have a. Oh, here goes a 66. I have a 66. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. And it's not scratched off, right? Because you don't see a scratch. You don't see any marks underneath it where like, you know, I don't know. That's all. It's pretty cool. So that's an error. We only have a few more. That's too close. $98. Let's see. White AM. Oh, look how cool that is. Okay, so I don't know if this is the first 98 or the first 98 that first of all, the has a light STA in the top and a light of. So check this out. How cool is that? I'm going to hold on to this as an example of a close of the regular AM. So is it a P? It is a P. And the A and M are touching. Okay, so so now we have an example for the normal AM, which I don't remember ever seeing before. So now we have it. I will definitely put this into a flip, and we'll have an example. Hey, listen, oh wow, look at that. The last two are 98s. I'm telling you, I have the weirdest things happen to me in making videos. The absolute weirdest. So do we have two examples of close AM? Yes, we have two. And I have some other. What year is this? 98. I have some newer pennies here. 98. Wait, 98. Yeah, 99. Right. 98. Oh, I have other 98s here that we looked at. I just found one. So weird. So 98, 99, and 2000. The P's. The one you're looking for is the wide AM. So these are touching, so obviously that can't be wide. I found another one here that we did look at before. I wasn't paying attention. Not wide, right? Because they're touching. They're like touching, right? This is the best example, though. The other two are like dirty. I wasn't even paying attention for the 98s, 99s, and 2000s. And I guess wide would be, I guess, the way the C and the A is there. There'd be a little extra space. Oh, those are really touching. Hold on a second. Yeah, that can't be the white. I have to look it up. I guess there's. I mean, those look like they're touching. I have to look under the loop real quickly. I'm not trying to draw the video out, believe me. But yeah, they're all basically touching. So, all right, so I'll keep the cleanest one as the example. That's a really nice example. Here's an 85. Let's see how the AM looks on the 85. Okay, so I guess if it looks like that, then that's a wide AM. So in the 19, see how close it is? Basically touching. This is, like I said, this is an 85, but I guess that would be, if this was a 98, 99, 2000, this would be a wide AM. It's an 85. Just as a finishing point. All right, very good. That was pretty cool. I will put that. We found some interesting stuff today, mostly coppers, which is pretty cool. And you know, some fine, very fine looking pennies, copper pennies that were very nice condition. But and we had a couple misaligned dies, but that's really about it. So nothing exciting today. Yesterday's video was much more was better, especially with that rainbow penny that I found. Oh, I have it. Do I have it here? Just I'll show it to you. I have it here. I should have it here. Did I put it away already? Let me see. I just wanted to see if it was here or not. I would have showed you very quickly in case you didn't watch the video. Oh, I did find it. So yesterday, let me see. I'm trying to get it. I have it inside the flip, so it's kind of a little hard to. Oh, there we go. The plastic is taking off a little bit of the purple. Oh, there you go. Oh my God. That was such a beautiful coin. It is such a beautiful coin. But look at the texture. Remember I was talking to you about the texture on the other 1984s that we found? I mean, it's not as pronounced as this one is, but. And then we found the two 69Ds, the floating roofs. And this one looks much more floating than the others. So yesterday was a better, we had some better finds, but it was still cool. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.